Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Gans and I'm a senior consultant radiologist working in Switzerland, and I have over 15 years of experience in the field of radiology and surgery in Germany and in Switzerland. So in this video, I wanted to talk about the biggest advantage Germany has over other countries for foreign doctors. Now, if you were to take the Australian Medical Council exam or the UK exam or the USMLEs, you have to go through so many exams. You have the written exams, you have so much to study. I don't know, step 1, step 2, or whatever. You have the AMC 1, AMC part 2, you have PLAB 1, MRC, whatever it is. You have so many exams, written exams, and all sorts of help. In Germany, there are no written exams. I mean, it's unbelievable. And there are no written exams even for your postgraduate final exam. I know this is hard to believe. Imagine you are doing, orthopedics. After 5 years of orthopedic training, when you take your final orthopedic exam, it's an oral exam. Basically, you have to examine the patient and you just have a viva. Same thing with me in my case when I took radiology. I had no written exam. Basically, they showed me images and I had to interpret them and tell them what it was and why I thought so, and the differential diagonal and things like that. And this is the case even with the registration exam. The first FSP, the Fachsprachenprüfung exam, is basically a language exam and it's an oral exam. And as I have showed to members in the EuroJobs community, where I take Fachsprachenprüfung classes every week, I showed them how easy it was to pass this exam. I mean, so many of them were nervous. They didn't know what this exam was all about. But I showed the members of the EuroJobs community how easy it was to pass this exam. They are just checking how good your language skills are in speaking to patients. So, Fachsprachenprüfung exam is a relatively easy exam to pass. And then the next oral exam you have is the Kenntnisprüfung exam. Now, if you finished your Fachsprachenprüfung exam, you can start working in Germany on a temporary registration. This temporary registration is called the Berufserlaubnis. And you'll be asked to take the exam within sometimes 6 months, within a year, or within 2 years, depends on the state. Normally, what happens is when you're working on a temporary registration, the medical council will contact you itself and tell you, we have appointments open for the Kenntnisprüfung. Do you want to take the exam? So I would suggest you take it as quickly as possible, because when you're working on a temporary registration, the training period during temporary is not considered part of your main residency. Let's say you have 5 years of orthopedic residency. That 1 year which you have done under temporary registration under Berufserlaubnis will not be considered part of your training. So basically, you can earn your salary and you can gain experience, but it will not be considered part of your residency. So your aim should be to take the Kenntnisprüfung as quickly as possible. The big advantage of training on a temporary registration is the fact that you gain so much of experience in the hospital. It will help you to easily pass the Kenntnisprüfung exam. This was so in my case as well. And I think one of the two main ways, or the two ways you can pass the Kenntnisprüfung exam is experience on a temporary registration on a Berufserlaubnis and going through previous exam protocols or question paper. What are the questions that were being asked in previous exams? I have the entire catalog of the past 10 years protocols, question papers in the EuroJobs community, where annual members have direct access to it. And if you're a monthly member, you have to buy it separately, but you have the past 10 years question papers. So I have weekly classes where I go through scenarios, real world scenarios of Kenntnisprüfung, of past Kenntnisprüfung. For example, last weekend, I discussed an exam that took place this year in the state of Schleswig-Holstein, the northernmost state of Germany. The Kenntnisprüfung exam is also an oral viva exam. You will be asked to examine a patient and you have to present the case, and you'll have 3 examiners asking you questions. One will usually be internal medicine, one will be a surgeon, and the third could be either a field that they choose, or you will be given an option to choose which of them. In Bavaria, for example, you can choose which field you want. In my case, I had chosen orthopedics, but you can choose whatever field you want. They will give you some 16 to 17 different fields. You can choose one of them: pharmacology, pediatrics, or whatever it is. Now, the Kenntnisprüfung is also an oral viva exam. But in Kenntnisprüfung, even though it's an oral exam, they will go into absolute depth of the field, of the case that you get. You will be asked every goddamn thing. You have to be, you have to study hard. I won't call it an easy exam, but like I said, if you have gone through previous exam protocols, you can narrow down the area of study. And in these protocols, you also have the names of the examiners. So if you know the examiner that will be conducting your exam, you can read up all the questions that he's been asking in the past. And this is a very easy way to pass this exam. This is the way to prepare. I've always said that, and I've also recommended the books that you need to read. There are certain books that will help you pass the exam easily. It's not something you need to be scared of. It can be easily passed. Unlike, I don't know, the exams of USMLE, AMC. I've taken the AMC exams as well. I know how difficult they are. So in comparison to all these exams, the German exams are just oral viva exams. The main challenge, in my opinion, is learning the German language. I mean, this is the most difficult part. So if you're somebody who is considering this and wants to learn the German language, the EuroJobs community has all the language courses from A1 to B2 with all the books that are required to study for the language exams. Like I've said before, you don't have to take the A1, A2 exam. Your aim should be directly to take the B1 exam. That means you have to study A1, A2, B1 by yourself with the help of these courses. And once you have B1, you can send in your documents immediately for the approbation. So you have no written exams to work as a doctor in Germany. And once you finish your post-graduation, your residency, even the final exam, you have no written exams. It's going to be an oral exam itself. This is, in my opinion, the biggest advantage of Germany compared to other countries. So if you have any questions, you can post them on my Instagram or write an email to me, and I will try to get back to you as quickly as possible. So see you in the next video. Bye.